Hello there, welcome to class. It's very exciting. I've been reading your icebreakers and I'm happy to have this group. We've got some soldiers, some entrepreneurs, and various levels of experience with finance and accounting that I think we're going to have some good conversations in the discussions and learn a lot from each other as well as from the material and from lectures like these. Speaking to the varying levels of accounting, it is one of the uh, defining characteristics of whether or not this class is easy and enjoyable is your level of accounting, I believe. Now, it can be done without any accounting at all. It is just a little bit more of an uphill battle. So if you're weak in accounting, just kind of brace yourself and expect to put in a little bit more time than those who have lots of accounting and speak the language of business, which is one of the definitions for accounting, one of my favorite definitions. We are a varied group, a very diverse group, and I'm very excited about that. And we are united by our desire to better ourselves and to learn, and specifically to learn finance. I'm personally love finance as I'm a truth seeker, and I have a background in education, and I have a religious background, and I have a strong intellectual curiosity that has made me wonder for decades how the world actually works. And when I discovered finance and economics and business, and I learned so much, and I just thought it was so eye-opening, and it was a new world for me to see that how the world works through the lens of finance. So I hope to share that with you, and in a way that transforms you and makes you a better person and more knowledgeable as well. It is commonly understood that if you are successful in finance, then you are have some level of proficiency with Excel, with spreadsheets. Google Docs, or I should say Google Sheets, is a new invention, and it's free and it mimics Excel sufficiently. But so if you don't have any familiarity with those, you can do fine in this class. But alongside of accounting, if I was the king of the world, I would grant you all infinite wisdom and knowledge in accounting and Excel to give you the groundwork to accept the ideas in finance that we're going to present. A little something about online classes in general. They're very different than, or not very different, but they are distinctive from the in face-to-face class, of course. I don't know, maybe I should put that into a poll, how many of you have taken online before and what your experience is like that. Studies show that online works for students who already have a bachelor's degree. So I don't think that's anyone in our group. So we are going to buck the trend, we are going to beat the odds, and we're going to be successful despite not having our bachelor's, and we are going to make an online class work. And they are just generally more difficult. You have to manage your own schedule very well. You have to, it's asynchronous, so you don't have to come to class at any particular time. That's pretty obvious that you might know that. But it does take a certain level of discipline. You'll be reading the book a lot, using the book a lot. Hopefully I'll get a lot of these videos out and that they are interesting enough and educational enough that you can move forward with those. But it cannot be done without your own effort, and that can be challenging. Sometimes part of the benefit of paying for school is paying for the motivation, the repeated deadlines that are stressful but actually drive results. So hopefully I'll do what I can to help with that. I'm not perfect in that area, and online classes are tough, so if you go in with the mindset that you'll be a survivor and you can push forward and with your own efforts be successful, then you can. If you are prone to procrastination and being lazy, then this is your opportunity to prove to yourself differently and get organized. And if there's anything I can do to help, reach out and I will try to do that for you. You'll see in the syllabus, the coursework, that we are going to go through the whole book, but not every chapter. It pains me to cut the chapters that I do cut. I do that for time, but I feel guilt that I have not offered that material to you. So owning the textbook, if you're very interested in finance, if you want to continue on, if this is something useful to your job even, know what the chapters are that we're not doing as well, so you at least know the headings, and you can go back and reference that information, and if it's useful to you, you can always reach out to me and we can walk through any of that if you like. But you'll see that we are only responsible for the things in the class that I have on the syllabus, the chapters and sections. I've also cut sections out of each chapter, and that's just an effort to be kind to you and to cut the amount of reading and the amount of material in the course to make it reasonable as adult learners and as busy humans, to make it somewhat manageable. But it does maintain some rigor. It is an academic course, a college course. We do need to learn a lot, and there's plenty in there to learn. And you'll notice that we do problems. We do 5 problems for each chapter. Now you select the problems, any 5 problems you want to do. It is smart to look at the 5 problems, to look at 5 particular problems that match up to the assigned sections. So if you just pick 5 random problems from each chapter, you will find yourself doing problems that won't help you towards the exams, and but they might help you in life, and maybe it's easier and quicker for you to do it that way. However you like to do it, I'll take any 5 questions and grade them for effort. I don't grade them for accuracy. I will give you the answers to the problems at the end of each chapter, at the end after the problems are due. So that's one reason that they have to come in on time, is because I want them all in before I'm giving out the answers. But it is very advisable. I have not designed an assignment to do so, but it is very advisable to go back through the problems and look at the answers in the book that I give you and see if your answers line up with the answers that you're given, the solutions you're given, and if they do not, that's where learning happens. It's a great place. Learning happens when we make mistakes, and unfortunately we've designed the world of work, and frankly the world of school and education, as a place where we want to avoid mistakes. That is a mistake itself, and we should learn from that. So learning happens at mistakes, so make mistakes and delight in them. Make the choice to delight in them so that you can learn and feed your curiosity that way. That's the best way to go about it. So get them wrong and check them and do them again and get them right, and that's how we learn. And so that's all I want to say about problems. The discussions are, for the discussions, to be clear about what's happening here, you will write a 250 word discussion post, a single first post, something that you have an opinion on, and I've tried to give you, I will always give you ethical dilemmas that you can write about, because they are interesting, and ethics is always relevant in business and finance, and they're I find them to create very lively conversations, as good as we can get online, and I like the disagreements a lot. But I will also try to add in information into those, I call it fodder, as in the materials that you can use to feed your discussions. But the discussion is open-ended. You can discuss anything you like that is finance related. Doesn't have to be topical to the chapter or the module even. It might be easiest for your learning, most efficient, synergistic to do it that way. And then you are also required then to put reactions or responses into that same thread, and 3 of those, each worth let's say 10 points each. It totals up to 30 points for the discussion responses. Now that gets graded somewhere else. I've created an assignment that is the grading for that, but I am looking in that there's only 1 discussion per module, group discussion for all posts. I'm looking for your 3 responses. In there you can respond to anybody. I don't find people responding to themselves. I guess if that comes up, I'll deal with that. I don't recommend it. And so that is the bulk of the work that you'll do, is the reading, and I'll try to get some videos out, maybe even some lectures with the PowerPoints. I do post the PowerPoints for you as well. Again, you only need to look at the sections that we've selected for, that will be on required material for the tests and the exam. The tests are multiple choice. They are from the textbook, and I've selected the questions based on things I think are most important, as well as I'm avoiding the sections that we have cut. So hopefully that's helpful information. Let me know what you think of this video and in the Q&A. And I look forward to having you this semester. I will get you out another video shortly.